Officer Vanilli, do you have your license registration?
Yes, can I ask you what I did?
Are you serious?
Yeah, the plates are coming back, no record found.
Really? Well, that's crazy.
Oh my God,
Here
I
you
can't
go.
believe it.
You're wrong about that. You understand? You're like running around this town trying to find somebody for something. Registration? Just a minute. Yep. It's okay, buddy. I know what to do with this. I have a gun in there, and that's where my registration is. Is it okay to get it?
Do you have a concealed carry permit?
No, I don't need a concealed carry permit.
Put it in there.
I need a concealed carry
For
permit
what?
for what, sir?
1 Frank 1, 101. Can you come over to my location, please? She does have a firearm in the glove box.
I'll just wait till you tell me what to do.
You know, all your police
last
officers.
time I got pulled over by your buddy,
Yeah.
You understand? He didn't say what you're saying
Right,
now, sir.
exactly.
Okay, you're all messed up, I think. But whatever,
Yeah,
so.
you know the law.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
have a
do
lawyer.
know the law.
I have a lawyer.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me.
Okay, no problem. Don't open that up, okay?
I won't.
You be quiet.
Don't believe.
Back here where? Here? No, you're right there, right where I can watch, so you're there, and...
Okay.
So...
You have a thing for us.
Firearm in the glove box.
Yeah.
It constitutes being concealed. Okay.
That's Colorado law?
It's an extension of your domicile.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But when you're telling me that it's in there, and I'm asking for your registration, why would I just allow you to open that up?
Well, the last cop that pulled me over did, and I have him on film doing it.
Great.
Right here from Florence.
Great.
Okay. It's not great because it ain't good to you.
We do things differently.
Yeah, I know. You're different than him. That's exactly.
But he's being courteous and letting you know there's a gun in the glove box so that it doesn't seem like we're doing something to you.
I'm being courteous by asking him to step out so I don't have two people in the vehicle and you're filming. I can see both your hands. I can see both his hands. But when you're in the car, I can't see your hands.
Well, why didn't the other cop?
I know.
I told him I have a firearm in the car.
Sir, I can't.
Arguing.
I'm not arguing.
Stop
Sir,
arguing.
I'm not arguing.
Sir.
Stop arguing. Ask questions in a decent
I'm
manner.
not
You
arguing.
treat it,
Do
man.
I talk to both of you or to one of you?
Come with me. Step over here. You have any weapons on you?
I already told you.
Okay, so I'm asking you.
Okay.
I can't believe
So,
this.
can
I
you
swear
please,
to.
get into your glove box and grab me the registration for the vehicle, please?
Yes, sir.
I did run the plate, and the plate come back no record found. That's the only reason. I see the 10 of 19 sticker on it. I see the 10 of 19 sticker on it, and I'm just trying to figure out why the plates can't be found.
Well, Gallo, just let her go. But he's.
Ma'am, is the firearm? I can see the holster on. Is it your husband?
Yes.
I can see the holster on his side. It's obviously a handgun. Is it loaded? So I mean, if I was just to leave you in the car, I mean, it's just for officer safety.
I don't know. You have to ask him if it's loaded.
Would you prefer to step out while I go back there by the chief for a minute? I mean, you can continue to film. I mean, that's not an option.
I don't know if it's loaded or not.
Okay,
You have to ask him.
And I will, but it's getting kind of heated. I mean, you're welcome to just get out, just until we get this figured out. My dispatcher should come back with the plates here in a minute, and then we'll figure things out.
I'd rather just stay in the car.
Okay.
Just, you know, it's all.
Anything back on the plates yet?
Good, and we'll see how it's gonna go for you. Yo, you got his ID?
I do.
Can I have it?
Can you run a VIN for me? One George William. Scratch that. One George Zebra. William Robert 5, 215, Young Frank 1, 87946.
One quick one. Can you run a second?
I am so. I swear to God. Why don't you tell him that you made a formal complaint with Mr. Ingo against him?
It's in the glove box. She doesn't want to touch it. And
Did he put it in there?
no, it was off him when I got here.
Okay.
And I just asked him to step out so I could watch both of them because the plate's not coming back.
Right. No record
So-
on file.
And and I told her she's welcome to film. I just until you got here.
Why are the plates not coming back on file?
I'm not sure. DMV's running.
Does he have his registration?
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
let me explain something to you.
Sure.
This officer right here has always had something out for him because he's always stood up to him, okay?
About-
There's been issues with him. We came to and talked to Mr. Engel about him.
Okay.
Okay.
When did you come and talk to Mr. Engel?
It's been like about a year ago.
Okay.
And we never made a formal complaint against him, but I think now we probably should.
But I'm
Because
the
he
one.
has it out for,
But
for
I'm
him.
the one. But I'm the one who alerted him to the vehicle because you guys were driving by several times by a drug
Is
house.
that a
But
drug house?
yeah.
We went to the bank here.
Okay,
This is
well,
where we
do-
went, back
okay,
to
but
San
But
Juan's.
ma'am, I asked him to run the plate because I saw you go by a house where we've got something going on.
But we're not drug people.
Well, we never said that, did I?
I work
said-
at the Bruce McCandless. We're not drug people,
Nobody
okay?
said you were.
And he stands up a little bit to the cops, so he rubs off the wrong way.
Oh, he does.
But
There's
I
no doubt.
understand
But so do
why.
I. So do I. But I've never met your husband. I've never met you. And I didn't know that you've had what
Is it
issues.
against the law to drive around inside streets just to, if you want to drive and go for a drive?
Ma'am, what did I just tell you?
Coming back, clear, no record found, still waiting on DMV.
And then he comes behind us he's following us. So
I
it's
asked
like,
him to
well,
run
why?
your plate. I asked him to. And because your plate doesn't come back on file, it comes back no record on file, that's suspicious in our manner and our nature because we get vehicles that have false plates that are stolen. Okay, so that's why he ran your plate and I asked him to. So there's nothing illegal about that. He's doing his job. We're protecting and serving, okay? That's all it is. Once everything checks out, you'll be given a warning and let go. But the gun in the car, the gun on the person is
But
a
we
problem.
just got stopped I mean, he gave him a ticket not too long ago
Okay.
for passing, and then we had another officer that he made a right turn, and he said, well, you shouldn't, and he stopped us.
Okay.
He told, my husband told him I have
Okay.
a glove because that's where my
Is
information
it a concealed permit does your husband have or just open carry?
It's open carry.
Okay.
He has his open, so
Okay.
he figured if he was going to be stopped, he put it in here so that, it wouldn't
And
be an
as
issue.
long as he's open carrying, just tells the officer, and we don't mind, and that's the law. As long as you're open carrying, it's visible. You say, officer, I'm open carrying, I have a weapon on. It's cool. We would rather have him not make the movements, you know what I mean?
Right, that's why
Then
he
make a
told them,
movement.
right.
That's the best way, be honest
Right.
with you. And I respect for someone who tells us that. Okay, that's all. What did your husband, did he get a warning on the second officer that stopped him?
He just got a warning about the right turn. He just got a warning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
he
the other
didn't give
one?
him a ticket. And the other one
that
he
you or
did.
me?
And the other one that he did give him
For
a
what?
ticket.
Speeding?
For
or
no,
passing
it was
on the right?
passing on a light. Instead of waiting, he passed on the right and kept on going. He should have made a right
By
turn,
the-
but he didn't.
by
no,
the-
right here by the
Gas
by
station?
Pikes Peak.
Yeah,
Pikes.
by the light. Yeah, we get a lot of complaints on that.
Right.
Right. We get
And
a lot
then
of
he gave
complaints.
him a ticket. It happened to be him that saw him.
And I apologize, but we only have 13 policemen, and it's a small town. So
I
unfortunately,
understand.
where's Owens?
We've
at?
lived it. We've lived here
Where's
for
Owens?
5 years already.
Where's
Almost.
Owens
It's
at?
right by McCandless. You pass.
Oh, it's on
McCandless,
the. Okay, I know
and
what's
then
that
you
now.
make a right, and that's where Owens is.
Okay. Okay.
And we've lived there for about 5 years. But he's always had problems with this officer since one time that he got stopped because of rocks or something. And we should have made a formal complaint against him.
Yeah, but just because the officer stops you on something
But
doesn't mean it's an illegal
it's
stop.
Not, yeah, but when he used to sit by the railroad tracks and watch people come by from the top from the
Right, they work radar
and then
along
he
there.
would get right behind us to intimidate us. That's why.
Okay.
Every time we
Well-
would come by, he'd get right behind us.
But I've never known Officer Vanilli to intimidate anybody like
Well,
that. And I
maybe he-
apologize that
but-
you feel that way. I
But
apologize
I
you feel that way.
understand it's an issue
Yeah.
between them two. You know,
Okay.
you
Do they know
understand?
each other from before?
No, it's just from that first.
What's your husband's first name?
Juan C. Cruz. It's
I'll
just
talk to
from that
Juan.
first initial stop that he made, and my husband will fight back. You see, he's
no,
mouthy.
yeah.
He,
And
he
you know
knows
what?
his rights,
I understand that.
and
And like I said, it's just the movement of putting a gun, taking it when you're legally carrying open and when you're legal or illegally carrying concealed. That movement was the officers coming up of taking it from one to another is. I would, like I said, we'd rather just say, officer, I'm open carrying, so you know it's on my right side. Keep his hands up. So that I respect, because then at least we know, and that tells me the person's pretty honest. We get a lot of times the bad guys will right away try to hide the gun or
Yeah,
reach for
I
the gun.
understand.
So I apologize,
but
man.
he should know who. I mean, when he stopped us right here, he knew who we were.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
He
Like I
knows
said,
who we are.
Okay, I will talk to him. I'm his boss, and I will talk to your husband for a second.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get more positive feedback, 9 out of 10 on Officer Vanilli than the opposite.
Yeah,
but I'm
I
sorry.
understand, but it's
And
an
like I said,
issue that
you know
they've
what?
had going on now for a while.
Did you-
You probably didn't know about it, but
I didn't.
It's
I
been going
apologize.
on for a
And if
while.
Engel knew, I apologize that he didn't tell me, but I'll talk to him and I'll work it out. Okay? Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Appreciate your help.
welcome.
Ma'am, they still haven't come back with your plates, but we'll figure it out here in a second.
Okay, thank you. No, he's not. I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. And when you came by us earlier, you looked at us because I was like, I don't know who that is. I don't know if it was you. I mean, you looked at us. You know who we are.
I didn't recognize you at all. So you say I had dealings with your husband before, but you got to tell me when.
The first time was when you stopped him a long time ago by McCandless about some rocks issue.
McCandless.
And you
the
said
veterans home?
Yeah, and you stopped him about some rocks that somebody had called about.
Somebody called in. It was all on body camera.
Right, and he didn't
he
have
came
no
down,
rocks,
huh?
and he had no rocks.
I just told him that I told him to go away.
And at that time we didn't film, but you had some
You can
issue.
film all you want. I have nothing to hide.
No, I'm not saying that. And then another time, then when you gave him that ticket over there by the light that he
for
passed,
passing on the right.
Right, that was him. I mean, how can you not know us? I mean.
Ma'am, do you have any idea how many people I contact in one day?
I know, but he has to stand out to you because he
can stand up to me, but he's going to end up going to jail. And is that standing up for
why
what?
should anybody go to jail? Because is the
Because
police always right?
He's not right. There's no record of your car with license plates right now.
Well, is that our fault? We did it, and we weren't doing our drugs.
It's your fault, but
we were just going to the bank. See?
I can't just let you go away until the DMV tells me or my dispatcher tells me what's going on with your plates.
All right.
We have people that have cars all the time. I'm not saying it's you. So, just because I've stopped
Well, the
him a couple
DMV
times,
gave us the plates, and the DMV gave us the registration. You saw the registration, so.
When they find a record for it, which I'm sure they will, then I give him a business card and I'll send him on his way. I stop 100 cars a day.
I mean, nobody likes to have a police officer following you when you have done nothing wrong,
Go ahead. Okay.
Are you serious?
over and said he let me use his phone and all that. Look, I shot people in my life before legally. I got my gun back in a legal shooting. I've been a victim of a violent crime, killed by 3 Mexicans. I understand. I had to have exploratory surgery. I open carry all the time, wherever I go. I didn't have my gun. I took my gun away when I seen him come and open the glove box, and I stuck my gun in there to make it less problem, and I didn't have to do that.
No, but here's the thing. We would rather, and I just told your wife.
I heard.
I would rather have you say, officer, just so you know, I'm open carrying my gun to my right side, my left side, whatever. Just so you're aware. Because there's no movement. You know what I mean?
There was no movement in it.
I don't know what you saw. I wasn't in the car with him, and I don't know what you
I
did when.
understand all that.
So,
I understand all that.
you and I are coming in like puzzles.
But there wasn't. And look, I don't hate the police, and I don't disapprove of the police. I only disapprove of the ones who break the law. And then you might not be aware of it. You understand, like, from the stuff that I told you, but there's a whole list of stuff that goes on that